FJET is experiencing heightened attention as its IPO quiet period wraps up and anticipation builds for a US FAA space launch license, driving community discussions around its notably small float and high short interest, especially within the broader context of upcoming major developments in the space sector. Ops 0.14%. This is Wednesday, the 18th of February 2026. Yesterday, the 17th, again, the 39.45%. Yeah, recently IPO'd, as I indicated earlier on. Okay, so it had a massive expansion just days after launching. Yeah, just days after launching. This was the 22nd of September. It printed the highs of around $32. Let's see, we may even have even a higher, yeah, 31.5 dollars. This printed on the 22nd, isn't it? 22nd of 22nd of December. $31. It has given up a decent amount of all of those gains. Okay, so as things stand right now in the post-market session, or rather in the regular session of yesterday, it doesn't have any upward projections so far. So we can see here it's trading at a premium to its market grid. So that market grid, the maximum value is at 5.72. The stock closed at 7.15 right now. So it has these resistance and support values. They're all now supports. They're all supports now. They are all supports now. Coming to the daily chart, we can see here it got a rejection. Got a rejection at I think maybe 7.68 yesterday, and it's now retracing, coming back into the grid on this 4 hour chart. On this 4 hour chart, so we have it's currently at 7.19. So this is where it is right now between the resistance and the support. So below, before the 6.96, we have prices like 5.99, a whole raft of $5 prices with 5.72, a whole raft of them, 5.72, 5.59, 5.99, 5.72, 5.55, all the way down to 4.52. They are all supports. We are merging the values here on this daily chart and the ones we have on the 4 hour chart. So it has a decent amount of support, but it doesn't mean that if it gets to that, it wouldn't that the support will act as as um, as a buffer. Yes, as a springboard. It doesn't mean that that may well be the case, but that is what we're expecting. We're expecting that if he continues to retrace, he might get a bounce. So after look, I think it has to get through these ones first of all before it gets to the $5 prices. So let's see. It's interesting. It's interesting to see how things will pan out. Has a low float. We haven't seen anything in terms of its high short interests in that regard. We haven't really seen anything. Yeah, surely it does trade. It has a low float. Surely we don't have the 50-day average yet. But it does. It does. It's been trading low volumes. Apart from what happened on the 22nd when it had up to 43 million or thereabout. But generally, since that time, the volume has continued to die down, and so far it has built up a beta of 5.15. So it amplifies the broader market by a factor of 5.15. So if the broad market is down by 2%, there's a chance it may even be down by way more than 10%. So it was trending a couple of hours ago. Had to borrow. Borrow rate is around 32.75. Not really the sort that will uh, really concern short sellers. But let's see how all of this will pan out. Let's see how all this will pan out. Okay. It was trending a couple of hours ago, but not anymore. I don't think so. But it's people may it may come back. It may come back. So have a look and see what you make of FJET. And thank you very much for watching this video.